POI. Closing opposition is trying to make us feel that they are both legitimate in scenario, but what we are assuming as a metric is which one is more successful, has more odds to be successful, and actually change the thing. First of all, we win this debate even in principle. Why so? Because social justice movements are institutions. They have to be inserted in a democratic background. So it's not about it's not going to happen violence or not. It's about these movements, these institutions, them in it, the way the definition said. So in principle, we win this debate, even in principle, because private property is not owned by the people who are protesting, rioting, and state property is paid by taxpayers of the society in general. What happens is these people are sometimes not guilty for what the system has made it. So to make a change, now they're losing their property rights, destroy things of anyone without knowing who is it. So it's going against the values of democracy itself: freedom, property. Opening opposition brought a case about visibility undermining because they don't explain exactly which system is going to replace it in a better way to fulfill the demands of these people in a democratic way. From visibility is not always good. They actually make public opinion go against things. And another way to be silent. Out for it. And second of all, it's about legitimacy because of the rules. Because when these institutions they follow the rules of democratic ways of demanding, they are institutions, so they have to be on their way. They first they put away fear of people who were afraid of entering in this movement and creating gatherings and protests and making them seem more numerous. They lose these people, and second of all, you lose the support of the state that now may try to block any institutional way that you have in order to make changes that really happen in this scenario. Second of all, it reinforces extremist measures by government. One thing is that reinforces the narrative of law and order in the sense that people get afraid and of losing their property, losing their safety. So it makes every government think that they can use the police force. And as I said, it's legitimate in this narrative for the state to use. When reinforcing these measures by governments, you actually can go backwards on the right, as I told you. And in this scenario, you have more political backlash to actually the elite or any people who are moderate not to support this movement. So third of all, it destroys jobs. For example, when people who are not actually involved in this scenario, they have to lose the infrastructure, the jobs. The example is the now the pandemic we're living.
the infrastructure that we want, people lose the public opinion from supporting these riots to actually think that they are violent, they are criminals or things like that. So if you don't agree, we have to talk about what actually happened in this country. For this firm, power and policy.
They have more power to force the elites to give up to some injustice. But when you don't have this extremist scenario where these people may be, when the state or the elites may be encouraged, forced against this protest, and the public opinion is feel, they now have no weapons to actually use from these people. And when they have no weapons to use against these people, they have to, at some point, give up on what they were doing. One example was Myanmar, that the protest has failed at some sense in the beginning. Then democratic measures were gone in some sense, and they have a better transition to democracy in this scenario. First of all, when you're talking about that, we as institutions shall trust the democratic means because they are the best ones. But the decision itself didn't give us any mechanisms on how this problem was actually being solved in a scenario. That's everything that actually happened. So our biggest chance actually change something and don't give us through and many times that people may be waiting and go to institutional means, they can actually change the thing. That's the best way to solve our problems. As I told you, the democratic institutions